We're alive.
Undead! Welcome, everyone, to Not Werewolf. This is a vampire game. We are playing Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition, and we are doing a heist. These are all elder vampires here around me. That means that this game will be broken as fuck. Please enjoy. I gave them 500 experience points, and then there was a silence. And it was very exciting. I hope this is fun. So with me today are Jeremy.
Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Ilsa Veit, who is a Nosferatu, who is only 8th generation.
Yeah. And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Scarlet. She is Ravnos, and she is 5th generation.
And William or Shani.
Hi, I'm William Rashani, and I'm playing Dane Schreifenhaar, the 5th generation of the Bruja.
And Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia of the Zodiac System, and I am playing Vermilia de Luna, a 5th generation Shamase.
And Austin.
Hey, I'm Austin, and I'm playing Father Popo, who misunderstood the assignment and is a 13th generation Kaitif.
I'm so excited to see what bullshit you put together. I'm so ready for this.
Hey, I'm at least 90% certain this motherfucker has a true faith of like 8.
You can only have 5 points of true faith, sir.
That's the maximum it goes to.
The fact that you both know that confirms. Thank you.
Spoilers.
You fell into my trap.
To be fair, you can only have 5 dots of anything unless your generation is particularly low.
There we go. Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. These are not people. These are the former people who are preying on actual people, and so there will probably be blood and other gory things, and they're not gonna be good people. What they're doing is depending on your morality system. I mean, this is getting into some philosophical shit. The museum would disagree, but they're taking their stuff back because
it doesn't belong in a museum.
Exactly. You stole my line, damn it.
Look, the number of people who have requested that the British Museum return what it has taken from the cultures that still exist and have a cultural claim on on those things. These people are just here to physically take action in getting it back.
Yeah, no. That said, I imagine most of us would walk right past all of the other culturally appropriated stuff saying, oh yeah, you can keep that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Dane will take notes for coming back later.
There we go. We're gonna find out what these people do.
Being the enemy of one bad thing does not make you good.
There we go. The year is 2020. It's February.
Nothing about to happen.
Yeah, nothing's about to happen. It's cold outside, it's rainy, it's sleety, but inside it is brightly lit. They've got those like glowing yellow lights kind of everywhere, like the like faux industrial ones strung everywhere. You are currently in town for this billionaire named Maximilian's has sponsored the grand opening of a new exhibit at the museum in town, which is similar but not the same as the Met. And the exhibit that is currently opening is the Treasures of the World exhibit, which you are all currently attending. where do we find you? As the scene opens on a bustling hall, there are folks in their finest furs, jewels, all of these hobnobs with little glasses of wine. That will occasionally sip it and say, "Oh, it's a great vintage," and are staring at all of the stuff that is here. That some of it should not be, in your opinions. Where?
For
Yes.
clarity,
Mhm.
have we're not all working individually, right?
No, there was a little bit of coordination. I believe the online what was your handle's name?
Claude.
Vlad. Yes. Had Claude had contacted everyone and said, "Hey,
Right.
let's work together a little on this." I think there are two people who don't know each other here, and that would be you know who you are. That's going to be a surprise. But everyone has been contacted to work together on this because many hands like light work.
Yep.
So we zoom in on who wants to go first. Where are you and what are you currently doing? As the things haven't kicked off yet. You just it's about an hour and a half into the soiree here. People are getting tipsy at this point.
This is a human party, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mortals.
I think, for the purposes of this, acknowledging as well that they are not as capped off on blood as they would like to be.
Yes.
Dane is decidedly mingling with the worst of this environment.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of making their presence known as a suspiciously attractive foreigner. Dressed in this sort of like presenting feminine at the moment, especially because presenting feminine is significantly easier to get people to let their guard down.
Mm-hmm.
The sort of dressed in this tight, form-fitting, formal dress, like obvious slit to show off the legs, with this sort of like cloak of like raven feathers that sort of drapes around the shoulders and add this sort of black leather cloth material that hangs to about the ankles. Just sort of idly making conversation and letting people sort of talk themselves up in the way that people do when they're trying to impress someone who seems like they're not interested. And occasionally applying a little bit of their presence as necessary because they do possess the discipline of presence.
Absolutely.
And
I'll let you know for Dane's benefit. So this is the main the like event part of this opening is happening in the main like exhibit hall, which is this really long big room. It's got large like windows that go like floor to ceiling, and above you is the skeleton of a whale that's like been articulated and hung up there, and then all of these glass display cases are scattered around the room. And so there are, because you would be like actually, do you think you would have done a lot of like looking into where things are and like casing the joint basically, or not?
I think she probably would have, especially because she's the person who has to do most of the physical activity. She definitely would have been casing the area, figuring out the layout,
Okay.
figuring out where the specific things are.
Yeah, you would know enough to know that there are like side halls and things. So that are not that are like technically open, and there's some that are not open. And so there's dark, quiet places to lead someone off and get a snack.
Yeah, so yeah, she's sort of like listening to people talk themselves up, applying a little bit of presence if necessary. And the person who makes themselves sound the worst, the person who is
you've got sort someone and he's telling you a lot about a thing.
Like the
cryptocurrency.
The person who is proudest of the people that they've like downtrodden and manipulated and exploited. Is going to go off to find some place quiet to have a drug overdose and possibly need to be hospitalized later.
All right. I'm gonna have you make me a manipulation and expression roll, or manipulation and streetwise, if that's even better for you, because you're talking about drugs.
The same.
Difficulty 6.
Manipulation. Is my seductive specialty in manipulation apply?
Yes.
Okay. Manipulation. Expression. Div 6. Fuck you.
Oh, so you are trying to get this person to go away, and they keep saying, "Oh no, absolutely, definitely going to take you up on that." But I want to talk to him, before like an investment starts up. I think he'd really like, catapult it to the stratosphere, right? And he is not moving. We're going to pivot to the next one of our vampires here. Who wants to go next?
Tries to be nice. At some point he's gonna have to get more aggressive.
Scarlet would like to have a snack.
Okay.
Like how we get our feeders out of the way first.
Yes.
And she's probably mingling about anyway because she's familiar with a lot of this crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are some of them are your clientele. If you're doing the same thing you were before, there'd be manipulation and expression as well. And I think you can.
Is it manipulation or charisma? Before it was charisma.
It was charisma before. I'll let you use charisma.
Okay. And
actually, no, I'm going to be mean and say it's manipulation because you're specifically trying. It's less of the like just your because before like you were in your kind of domain. These are still your people, but you're specifically like trying to carve some of them off to get them to somewhere where you can feed.
It's okay. So I have 6 manipulation. It's fine.
Yep.
Charisma's just
manipulation expression.
Am I doing any modifiers on this?
I'll give you a +1 for these are your people.
Okay.
Like you've got familiar faces in here. It's gonna be easier to carve them off.
And div 6?
Div 6, yep.
There we go.
Hey.
5 successes.
You do what Dane was trying to do and vanish off into the side. You get 5 blood off of some rich folks.
Much better. Okay.
Excellent. Who else are we seeing?
Vermilia is probably also sweeping through the crowd looking for a snack.
Okay. Excellent.
As it turns out, the 5th generations do not have enough blood right now.
Beautiful. Manipulation expression as well. That's the vibe we've got going on here. Div 6.
Manipulation. Expression. Where to go?
Oh no, the 5th generation vampires don't have enough blood to power the ridiculous earth-shaking things that they can do.
You get
for them.
you get interrupted as you're starting to really feed heavily. And actually I should ask for the people with successes, Holly, for Scarlet, how much are you taking from these people? Cause you can take, a fair amount, but there is a point where it becomes risky for the person.
I
How
really shouldn't kill them because that's bad for my reputation. So as much as I possibly can.
I think it's
because
two blood points that you can take from folks before they it becomes risky.
It's 2 points you can take without risk. There are concerns of injury beyond that.
Mm-hmm. So I'll say that the first success is just to like get them off in the area, and then the rest of them would be modified by however many points of blood you're taking. Because this is like as the time is going on in like a more frantic situation where you don't have the luxury of time. I'm going to be stiffer on that, but so you've got 8 blood pool off of your feeding for Scarlet.
Okay. Wonderful.
And then for Vermilia, how much blood are you taking from this person? You've got one person.
Probably just the 2.
Just the 2? Okay, so you get 2 blood from that.
Because if you take half of their blood, it necessitates hospitalization, but doesn't necessarily kill them.
Yep.
Less than that, obviously, is less serious. More than that, obviously, is more serious. And they only have 10 blood in their system. So.
Yep. All right, so you've got 2 blood. Let's go. I think I want to have our father come in last. So.
Okay.
Ilsa, what are you doing?
Ilsa is because Cloud is the one who put everybody together.
Yes.
So Ilsa, I think, is going to show up and annoyingly, like just after having said, like, well, the evidence is still their time with one of the 3, whichever one she finds. So whichever one would be funniest to you.
Okay. I think that's gonna be Dane, because Dane is standing around looking kind of stymied. You find her.
Dane is currently looking like, if this person does not actively and willingly follow me in the next 10 minutes, somebody might disappear off the floor of this room.
You sense the twitch. That certain twitchy anxiety.
So you will just hear because I feel like Ilsa has been walking around using obfuscate to not be well noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So does Dane have auspex?
Yes.
What is Dane's level of auspex?
2. They can read auras.
So you wouldn't automatically see her walking up to you. Yeah. In obfuscate. So she'll just suddenly you just hear a voice like at your right elbow. Need a wingman? Or wing person?
I would not say no to one.
And yeah, there is 22 probably year-old looking blonde, very much modern trash wealth sort of look about them, like a bright pink like backless wrap dress, blonde hair and the messy bun with like two down just on this side.
Oh no.
Doesn't have a small dog, but probably would if they allowed them into the building, kind of thing.
Oh, if you want a dog, you can have a dog.
I think it's funnier if she if she doesn't. If she thought that dogs were going to be allowed in the building because little clutch purse, like the whole thing.
Beautiful. Excellent. And as we have this little conclave right there, the other two of you who are feeding come back, wiping blood off of the corners of mouths, etc. As the last member of our little gang here walks in. What do we see as Father Papo arrives?
I mean, he's of course
What you doing?
dressed appropriately
Uh-huh.
in priest garb.
Okay.
The black outfit, the collar. He had considered the monastic life, but he never ended up going that route.
Mm-hmm.
But he walks in and step one, immediately going to start analyzing the crowd with my auspics and kind of get a feel for people's auras and anything that's not supposed to be here.
Excellent. Let me see here. Where's auspics? I should have these bookmarked. I don't, but I should. What level of auspics do you have?
As many as I can.
Okay.
5.
5, yes.
Yes.
Auspex is on page 134.
I got it. Yeah, thank you.
I've got aura reading and telepathy.
Are you just aura reading, or are you trying to do something bigger?
Right now, I'm just trying to get a feel for auras.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can you give me a perception empathy difficulty 8 then?
Yes, I can.
For doing this. As you walk in and start scanning the crowd, and Vermilion or a Scarlet, there he is. Damn it.
I see him.
Yeah.
That's a 0.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yep.
I might get distracted by seeing someone, I suppose.
Yeah.
Where's the nearest exit?
The nearest exit is unfortunately because he came in in the entrance, and so he's standing kind of. You'd have to go right past him. Unfortunately, there's some velvet ropes sort of at the entrance and some bouncers at the front to prevent the riffraff from coming in here.
All right, then she moves deeper into the crowd.
Do I see her?
Give me a. I think this is going to be opposed dexterity and stealth versus wits. Alertness is the one that's not supernatural. That's just for noticing.
Yes,
alertness.
Alertness is just noticing thing. Awareness is supernatural sense.
Awareness, yeah. So excellent.
More importantly, do we notice this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Father Papo. And Scarlet, what's your dexterity stealth for me? Diff 6.
Okay.
You're both rolling at the same difficulty. Everyone else, I guess, can make me a wits empathy roll to see if you catch up on the vibes.
Wits
3 successes.
Ooh, that is not enough compared. So yes, Father Pablo, you do see her. There she is, vanishing into the crowd, just like Barcelona.
Trying to vanish into the crowd.
5 successes.
1 success.
Yeah.
You're hungry.
Are your rolls whispering, Jeremy?
Oh, they are. Sorry.
They are.
I always put it on
I can't
private
even see
by
it.
default. Yeah, to test.
know.
I'll re-roll that.
Okay.
I always put on private by default when I first create the character, just to make sure everything is going in fine, because I don't trust D20 ever, or Roll20 ever.
Yep. What's the roll that we're rolling?
2 successes.
Wits, empathy. To see if you catch up on the vibes. Yeah, Dane, you're too hungry to notice this. You're still focused on your own. I need to do something. Okay, I got a wing person now. All right, that's better. And trying to strategize. Ilsa, you recognize Father Pablo because you had vetted everyone in, like know who everyone in your group is. Oh boy. There's a little bit like he kind of pauses, but like you're not really sure exactly what's going on. For Milia, you see that look, and you see that look, and you can put together there is some history.
Documenting that for later.
Yes, very important.
Vermilia will remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, I am going to be on the subtler side, and I am going to initiate conversation.
With whom?
You know with whom. And let me think. She can try to use her willpower to keep me out of her mind.
Okay.
It's a casual telepathic conversation.
All right, so this is
telepathy out of all
this
specs.
is yeah. Okay. So you make an intelligence subterfuge. Difficulty is Scarlet, what's your current willpower?
6.
6? Difficulty 6.
Oh.
And I'll say if this works, you're gonna know where it's coming from because you
know who's here and what
before.
Powers they have.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
all
a
right,
failure.
I got 1, so I don't get to know anything about you, but I do get to go in your brain.
No, there's a 1 in there. That's
there's a
0.
1. It's a 0. Well done.
Yep. You try and it gets blocked.
Probably intentionally.
Definitely intentionally.
Oh, look, you're all here.
I'm just gonna work my way through the crowd and work my way over to her.
Okay, so
there is a priest on approach.
Yep.
She's going in the opposite direction of wherever he is going.
Oh shit. Sorry, Dane. I have to go deal with something right now. I'll be right back.
Of course.
Where are you going to, Ilsa?
Try and deal with... I see 2 people, one chasing the other, the other trying to run away. Well, they're both going in the same direction, right? One is chasing, the other one is trying to get away.
Yes, are you trying to get in between them, or are you headed for one of them like first?
I'm headed for the lead person first.
Okay, to Scarlet. Okay.
Excuse me, coming through, excuse me.
Scarlet, you're trying to get away, and this person in a bubblegum pink dress comes up.
She's still trying to get away.
Hey.
She's not paying attention. Huh?
Sorry, Cloud sent me. I'm here on behalf of Cloud.
Yeah, right. Hi. Move with me, okay?
All right, we'll walk and talk. Awesome.
Link arms, begin
I'm walking.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is the more shuffle than walk, really.
Mm-hmm.
Tight dress, heels, you know.
Yep. I don't think you don't have celerity, right, Father Papo? No. I don't think you're going to be able to catch up. These are two. These are.
Please do not run supernaturally fast in the busy room.
I'm not trying. Like I'm at this point. I'm working on cornering. It's like I know I can't. I'm not going to run, but I'm just trying to strategically move to a position where they can't.
Okay. All right.
Evade.
I'm going to have this be a Opposed, and you two, Scarlet and Ilsa, can work together on this if you want to. Ilsa, if you're trying to like slow her down, you can do that as well. That's an option.
I'm not trying
but-
to. I'm just.
Uh-huh. I just figured I'd give that as an option.
Yeah.
It's going to be opposed, I think. Wits, because it's you're thinking fast on your feet. Wits and
Streetwise, stealth, investigation.
wits and survival. Actually, that's running someone down and cornering them.
Yeah. Tracking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the ability to prevent yourself from being tracked. All right.
And what are we rolling to try and escape?
Wits, also wits survival. It's thinking fast on your feet and being like, okay, he's trying to get me in this corner. Let's go this way. Kind of vibe.
Assuming that I probably know the layout of this place particularly well, is that going to help make it easier, like lower diff or dice?
I'll give you a +1 on this.
Okay.
And you two can work together on this. So you can pool
Pool
you don't-
successes.
yeah, pool successes. You don't pool your dice together, but yeah, can add that.
And
3 successes.
what was this roll?
This
With
was
survival.
With
With
survival.
Okay.
Yep. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what you have to beat from Father Papo.
So we need 3 more.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you have anything that you think would help with this, let me know.
Okay, it was diff 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Hey.
5.
Yeah.
There we
you're
go.
Gonna have, you are weaving your way. Have a conversation. You got plenty of time.
So, do you want to give me the 411 on this whole situation?
Do you wanna? Were you the one that gathered all of us here?
Well, not me. You
Well,
know,
yeah, your employer.
Cloud was I wanted
Yeah.
to.
Why
Cloud.
is he here? Why is he here?
Well, according to Cloud, we need a number of people with different skills who have motivation. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure that I've got this right because
Oh, Father, can you bless me? You get
He's-
sidelined.
he said it was important I get this down correctly. We need people with I need people with very different set of skills and all who have a personal motivation to be here.
Crap.
In other words, all the stuff. You know.
No, I know now.
So is this gonna be a problem?
Yeah, but I'll deal with it.
All right.
I've gotten away from him before. I can do it again.
You want to give me that?
Oh, that
You got to tell me.
that that over
Is this an
there.
ex situation? Is this a
that's
child
my-
or situation?
That's
Is
my
this a
ex-husband.
interesting? That wasn't in
well,
that wasn't Cloud
it's
didn't
just-
tell me that in the
Yeah,
info packets.
So yeah, okay.
Father Papo, you're currently getting shown various pictures of someone's children. All of them. Every single one of them. There are 7.
Naturally. Yep. I mean, good Catholic, you're gonna have.
Yep.
So when I say like ex-husband, I mean like before I was turned.
Oh.
there's this whole thing where he doesn't believe we're divorced, and I mean, till death do us part, right?
Wait, how is? Hang on a second.
No. We'll get to that at some point, I'm sure. Because I'm doing the same. There's
a generational gap for two people that were alive at the same time.
Yes.
Nope, not necessarily. Did you know there are 13th generation vampires who were alive when Nero was fiddling?
Very particular type of person.
All right. Well,
okay, when I was vetted, I'm
the other two of you at this point have seen the chase going on. It's been long enough, and you can approach either of the parties.
Is that chase making a scene?
I feel like we might have ducked behind a display or something.
Yeah, it's not super overt because no one's doing powers or he's not trying to. I don't think Father Papa, you're trying to shove past anyone, so it has not risen to the level of scene yet. And the other group was very good about weaving their way through things, so it has not caused. There's a slight ripple, but not.
I was hoping for enough of a distraction to pick someone off of the floor.
Unfortunately, not.
Look, I tried to wing person for you, but
you didn't. You said you made the sentence and then didn't do anything.
Yeah. So
that's not how I remember it.
The groups you would like to have.
Everybody has different perspectives on things.
Carry on.
But anyways, so okay, do we?
Yeah. So okay, when I was vetted, I change my name and my everything every couple of centuries.
Understandable.
And move around a lot,
right?
Specifically because of him.
Oh, totally.
I haven't seen him since, I don't know, when was the Civil War? Somewhere around that time.
You can do, never mind. I don't know. That was
I'm not thinking straight.
That was
now, okay?
Well, I'm only asking because I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm not real good at it either. So, yeah, couple hundred, 400, something like that.
By 400 out of game.
That's older than the United States.
200.
Jeremy is aware.
150.
That number.
170. Yeah.
Oh. Well, close enough.
Something math.
Pretty close.
Something.
Pretty close.
Anyway.
No, 100. It was 160. It was close. It was in the 1860s.
I don't know, girl. That was before I was even born. All right.
All right. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah, and I.
All right. Well, are you going to be able to work together? Because. I don't think, I mean, we could kill him, but I don't think I can get anybody else here that quickly.
Kill him. No, don't kill him.
Honey, according to you, he's been stalking you through multiple name changes and literal death for 400 years.
He doesn't take no for an answer. But I don't.
You know what he would take? Death.
I don't.
Actually, I didn't.
The second one.
Pointedly did not take death for an answer the first time.
Got to do it harder.
I don't want to kill him. Okay.
Well, I am definitely not embracing anybody I date then. Thank you for the lesson.
Don't date a Catholic, especially a priest.
Oh, well, that was your first problem. That's fair.
I was mortal.
That's no excuse.
It was the 1100s. Everybody was into that stuff.
Right. Sometimes I forget that y'all are old. Well, it looks like there's people coming this way, so we should all get a side room, and that includes the good father. So
Okay, fine. I'm going in there first then. All right.
You
I'm going first.
hold on. It looks like you guys were both coming this, or at least you do. The other two of you are both coming this way, right?
Yeah, I know Vermilia is.
Yeah.
Dane very reluctantly, like, I'm coming back for this murder.
Okay, so you go with Vermilion, Dane. Go get through. I will go deal with your geezy Catholic ex. Not the grossest person I've ever dealt with before.
As half of the group, more than half, sidelines. What exhibit hall do you all wander into? Is this like what are we seeing in the cases as we duck into a darkened? It's only got like as you travel along it, there some of the cases like light up. They have motion sensors, but it's fairly dark in this side hallway.
Is this theoretically one of the halls that has some of our stuff in it?
It might be, yeah. What do you think's in here? What are we looking at? Is this the swords exhibit? Is this swords and weaponry? Are we in the armor hall?
I think that might be where we end up. Yeah.
As we see a bunch of suits of armor with very aspirational cod pieces, let's say, and and one of those displays of like spears and like a fan. It's very Knives Out. And a fully armored like fake horse on the far end of this wing.
Dane sort of walks by one of the armors with the ridiculous cod pieces, like, when you have the capacity to work at that size, it's really just not that useful.
I know. And you stop out in front of a very familiar case with a familiar sort of sword in it. But we're gonna get back to that. Meanwhile, we've got a priest and a party girl walk into
Eris, thank
museum.
you very much.
Oh, Eris, thank you.
Yep. So I will walk up as you're in the middle of, I assume, continuing to listen to this person.
Trying to work my way politely away from this person, but duty calls.
I want to roll for this just to see if it's terrible. Mostly, okay. Manipulation and empathy, or manipulation and etiquette? Expression. Like how? Yeah, I can give etiquette.
Expression's better, so I'll take expression.
Okay, yeah, expression. You're trying to politely extricate yourself.
I walk him like, "Hi, Father. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but do you have some time? I need to have a confession, and I need a good amount of time."
4 successes.
With 4 successes, you are able to extricate yourself from the mortal.
All right.
Begin walking.
Walk off with the new party girl.
Yeah, wrap my hand around your arm. So I understand that there were some scheduling situations that my boss was not aware of.
That would be specifically
you and your ex.
I don't have an ex.
Oh no,
we're not even getting it. Oh, there is a like light boop to the nose that is adorable and sociopathic, but adorable. Anyways, the point being, whatever you guys' situation, as we're like walking along, for this night alone, whatever you guys want to do otherwise, I will sort of tap near. I've got like an earpiece, and the person who has contracted you for this incident says that whatever your guys' cases are, for now, everything is strictly professional. Can we agree on that so we can all get we can get your guys and my boss's shit back?
Of course. We are here to fulfill things. Though I'm quite intrigued that she's here as well. I think it might mean something.
Fine.
Don't read anything into it for the next. I look at my 8 hours. I kiss her cheek
Okay.
and we go into the room.
I step in.
Dane, your sword. It's right
Yeah.
there. Do you want to describe it for people? What are we seeing in the sort of spotlight that has clicked on?
So the sword is it's fairly, by like modern or fantasy definitions and depictions, it's fairly plain. But it is this sort of wrapped leather rectangular hilt with this sort of flared out conical pommel. Very, very plain, sort of almost oblong oval shaped crossguard, and a sort of tapering blade. This is an Ulfbert, one of what was about 170 known swords that exist. But it is the only Ulfbert that is still in functional condition after the centuries and centuries of time and neglect have worn down the rest of them. They're known as Ulfberets because they have the maker's mark stamped on the side of the blade. Ulfberet is written onto the sides of them, as the manufacturer was a skilled and talented swordsmith, which is why Dane holds this sword in pride of place, despite the fact that other ones have been made since then. And it is the only still intact Ulfbert that's ever been discovered at this point.
There's a little sign below it that says Ulfbert sword, 900s AD, CE, Volga, upper region for the location that it was found in. That's not where it was made.
That's a fucking lie.
That's
We
pretty.
hear.
Step in.
Yep.
Is this your sword?
It is.
A lot of swords here. Feather Papo. Off on the side. There are a collection of very rusty. So that it's not, the light in it sort of flickers a little bit. It's not as well maintained. They need to do some repairs in here. But there is a collection of various swords, one of which is one you recognize. It's just labeled swords. It's no recognition of the importance of this particular blade.
Amazing. Just a sword.
Just sword.
Not even a sword. Just sword.
The label is sort of peeling a little bit. It's clearly they need to do some renovation here. It's not good.
Well, the attribution is technically correct.
It is a sword.
All right, so like we've got everybody here. We should work out a plan.
Cloud doesn't already have one.
Cloud's plan was to get you all together and all of your individual particular skills, like, your things. It's gonna can put this all together.
as the camera suddenly has like one of those montages of like everyone's there are mugshots, there are just like candid photos, there's like a variety, and we see like a little dossier that like types up like visually on the screen. And we get for Ilsa, it has name redacted, and then what else does it say?
Hacker, net worth, I would say like 5 or 6 million. Daddy's net worth 27 million.
Beautiful. Excellent. We get Scarlet. What do we see on the screen? What types up? What's her summary?
It's my summary.
Yeah.
Like roll
in the heist.
Yeah.
Random details, like the Guardians of the Galaxy type little infograph thing.
Gallery owner, equities expert, social.
Face.
The face.
And I like it. Just says social.
Yeah, we get like on yours, it's like one of those like very clear like some sort of red carpet event, and it's watermarked like the from some fashion magazine. Dane, what's your summary?
Dane's almost certainly just says Dane Hraffenhaar, probably the original name written in old runes as well.
Right.
Then
the muscle.
Yeah, that's it. The muscle Viking from like I forget the specific time period. Viking from before there were Vikings. And just like probably old like ancient like oil paintings depicting a strange warrior on the battlefields like during like Dracula's war against the Ottoman Empire.
Yep.
Bunch of different wanted fors from like the 13, 14, and 1500s.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Vermilia, what do we see? What's your write-up?
Thief is the title she's given. Social chameleon, multi-talented, and then down at the bottom is warning: sizes small, can throw cars.
Nice.
Excellent. And there's a couple of like shots from clearly police photos with little item cards and like just scene of destruction. And Father Papo, last but not least.
Spiritual and historical advisor, exorcist, not limited to physical body.
Excellent.
Nice.
And we see like a church yearbook photo kind of vibe.
Excellent.
Oh no.
Hair parted, little tie, beautiful. All right. As we cut back, as you all have gotten introductions to each other in games.
I mean, we can use. It depends on how we want to do this, I suppose. Is there somewhere to sit here in this exhibit?
Yeah, there's like a one of those narrow benches in the middle, and then there are stacked up like not folding chairs, but like the solid ones. There's a stack of those kind of off to the side.
Okay. So yeah, Ilsa goes, takes a seat, crosses the leg, pulls out. It doesn't matter. It'd be funnier, in fact, if she did it right next to a no smoking sign.
Yes, absolutely.
Pulls out a pack of cigarettes and uses a heat coil lighter to light one. Because there's no flames on those. I mean, we can do. How do we want to do a smash and grab? Do we want to do a con?
How do you intend to con a museum?
Oh, are you kidding? There's a number of ways to con a museum. I mean, you can speak to that. Referencing, I'm sorry, I'm terrible at remembering names.
If you don't mind,
Scarlet.
while we're doing this, I would like to just make sure that we don't have anything lingering around these ancient artifacts. Do you mind if I meditate in the corner for a moment?
I mean, I feel like you might get arrested for public indecency for that, but go ahead.
Sit down, kneeling in the corner. While they're planning, I just want to astrally project.
Okay.
And I want to use my necromancy to see if there is any sort of links between this world and the shadow world, or any other sort of like.
Sure.
So I've got aspect, so I can see supernatural things. I've got necromancy, so I can see dead things, and I've got true faith, so I can see like demonic things.
Excellent.
And I can just float through walls.
Where is this?
It's the level 5 aspects thing. I roll perception awareness. Difficulty depends on the distance of the trip.
Okay. Let me
Within
see
sight
here.
is 5. 7 is a near or familiar location. I would presume it's 7 because I'm not in sight, but I am in the same building. Because I'm going through walls and all that sort of stuff to check everything.
Yeah, I would say it's a diff 7. Yep. So you have to spend willpower to activate this, and then perception awareness diff 7.
Okay.
I'll get back to what you see.
Yeah, we can do. I mean, we can do a number of cons. Like, okay, we can't really exactly do a Spanish prisoner here, but picking a poke could potentially work as part of the whole thing, not it itself. I don't see how how the tomb plays in this one. Could do a St. Louis La Sombra, Taylor's Revenge. That'll be a good one.
Wait, is Taylor's Revenge like the Roman Impaler?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not at all. No, it's it's Taylor's Revenge. It's you know what? You probably don't listen to music. It's a misdirection ploy. Okay, so you find someone around your mark.
Mississippi's 2-step.
It's similar. You find someone around your mark who's done something that's going to make them look suspicious. When the con is pulled off, you put all the attention on them, and that's what allows you to get away.
Yeah, the Roman Impaler. It's the same thing, except you're not blaming them for a crime of murder.
Father Papa.
Yeah, fair.
You're zooming along astrally. First off, you notice. Give me all of your abilities are allowing you to like notice that this thing is here. This is like the interpretation of this to see if you know exactly what's going on. It's going to be it's going to be an intelligence occult. Difficulty of, I think it's harder to do astrally. Difficulty 7 on that.
I'd like to spend a willpower. Does that give me a success or extra dice?
That gives you a success.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe it negates like a botch. So you can't botch on this. Okay. 5, 6, 7. 6. Okay, so 7 successes. So you go zooming in. 1, there is another vampire in this building. They're out in the main hall mingling with people. You see an aura with you get a lot of things with Auspex. Let me look at this again.
What color aura?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna have you because you're trying to do like three. You're trying to use 3 different like abilities to notice stuff in here. I'm gonna have you decide right now how much of that 7 successes you'd like to devote to the Auspex, necromancy, and there's another one you were using.
Well, so the faith is just a thing where like certain things trigger being seen by faith. It's not like the other ones.
Okay, I'll have you decide how much you want to distribute to each of the other things, though, because that'll determine how much because there's only you're trying to do a lot.
Let me look up the necromancy and see how that one works.
I also need to roll a perception subterfuge because that's how Auspex and Obfuscate work together.
Okay.
It's also worth noting because of my faith, I cannot be fooled by any mind affecting.
Awesome. Good to know.
So if they have like if they have an illusion, that works. But if they have like obfuscate or something that relies on mental faculties, that does not work on me.
Okay,
it's probably not going to be too much of a surprise, but the Nosferatu is not an incredibly hot 22-year-old girl.
Shock.
The Nosferatu is a very sort of leathery, probably about mid 40s man, with enough of there's a bit of a carapace around them to the point that their whole back is sort of almost like this carapace shield on it.
Very different. Very different visual.
Very, very different.
Yeah. So have you decided how you want to spend
so I'm gonna go half of it towards half and half. So half towards Shroud Sight, half towards Aura Sight.
There's 4 and 3 then, because it was 7.
I'll favor the Shroud Sight because I'm more expecting to see Ghost of the Dead around historic artifacts.
Absolutely. Okay. So with the vampire that you notice, it's an intense kind of pale aura. You can tell it's kindred. Absolutely. With 3 successes, you see a deep red aura on this person. So that is Desirous. She's hunting for something.
And then I get patterns, so any other major colors, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you get, and it's pale aura, so she is definitely a vampire. So that's one thing you get. Which one is cursed? You see a off in one of the other halls, there are a whole bunch of like necklaces and jewelry and that kind of stuff. There is a necklace there that is definitely has some sort of curse or some sort of enchantment on it. You can tell that there is something going on with that object, and it definitely seems like a curse of some sort. It's not like possessed or something like that. That's not what's going on. You also notice that the wonderful sword that is moldering in that case over there is haunted. There is a ghost. It's sort of lingering. She looks unhappy. She's sort of leaning back and kind of like resting on the like velvet kind of cushion that's in there supporting all these.
Which sword is this in?
Your sword.
Oh.
The sword you're after.
Oh, interesting.
She's in there. Look at her. Apparently she's possessing it.
Joan is mad that her sword is not getting the proper
she's mad about something.
She's got things to be mad about.
Oh, she does. You would
You
actually
don't
see her
say.
aura. Let's see. Does
She probably has the true faith aura. If anyone's
Yeah,
going to,
she's got like she's
It's
actually
like-
got a little bit of a weak like intermittent aura. That's what ghosts get. And she is. It's kind of like flickering, sort of gray aura, gray, and then red. It like vacillates back and forth between those two. You're getting like sort of that kind of vibe. Let's see, what else would you get? Make sure I've got everything. Do. Yeah, that's kind of what you notice in your quick perusal of things. So astral projecting, that's what you're picking up. There's a curse on a necklace.
Curse on a necklace.
There's
a ghost and a sword, and there's a lusty vampire.
Yep. That's what you got.
Nice.
All right. That'll probably take a minute while they do their thing.
Yep.
So in that conversation, I think we're in the midst of discussing we fade
cons.
back in as the con discussion.
I mean, the last time I was working with Cloud, they already had everything planned out. All I had to do was execute.
Yes, but this one is my inner. Hold on. Yes, I'm saying this situation is a little bit more complex because you're all getting something that you particularly need, and listen, Dane, I'm going to quote Cloud directly here. Technology has changed since the last time you were around. Do you want to share with the class when the last time you were around was?
I don't doubt that. The ARPANET has grown significantly larger in the time since I was last here.
Yeah, that's the first clue. Don't call it the ARPANET in public.
Fair enough.
It's bad enough that it's almost a masquerade breach, honey. But yeah, so he figured it would be easier if we all got together, me here obviously as his representative, and worked it out between us. Me being him technically, but I'm actually here. So, like I said, we can, to cover ourselves up, we can do a Taylor's Revenge. I don't know that a tomb would work, and I don't even have a bone saw, so that won't work. That won't help.
You don't need a bone saw.
Well, no, not for you. You just rip the legs off. Most people need a bone saw.
I'm sorry, please explain to me what's what
Oh, the tomb is when you need.
Sorry.
Yeah. The tomb is when you need to get somebody in a room, and so you cut their legs off at a certain point so they'll fit inside a smaller box, and then when they arrive, you put the legs in with them, and they can crawl out and then just reattach them and do their thing.
Over the intercom system, the music has changed slightly. It's gone from sort of elevator music to like a jazz thing happening. It's interesting. It's just changed a little bit.
Okay. We could do a variation on a Final Destination. We could do a Final Destination 2. It'd be hard to do a Final Destination 3, but we could. And I don't see the point of doing the Final Destination.
I'm assuming these movies are probably older than the ones that I've seen in the couple of weeks that I've been awake.
Probably. Yes. Yes, they are.
Scarlett will point to whatever your name is. Oh, Popo.
One.
Popo.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
I can't. I want to call
Your
him
ex.
Popo. I want to call. There are so many things I want to call him. Sorry. She will.
Some of them
Popo like that.
I was gonna say some of them polite.
Yeah.
She will point to him and say, sorry, I'm trying to get the accent back. You aren't gonna get any of the final destination stuff past him. He won't agree to that.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
like I said, I'm not that worried about it. The final destination wouldn't work anyways. We're not even at a NASCAR event, so
The one movie
Why?
that was older that was decidedly recommended to me was Mission Impossible. So I have seen that one.
Why
All
should-
right.
Why should
We
go
are-
to the worst? Sorry, go.
Finish your thought.
No, she was just saying.
Okay.
why would you want to do the worst final
movie?
destination?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
but that's the thing is the final destination con is literally just killing a racist at a NASCAR event. There's no con behind it. It's just killing a racist at a
I was about
NASCAR
to say that
event,
doesn't sound like a con. That sounds like a good weekend.
pretty much.
As we smash cut.
Did I take too long to figure out a bunch of bullshit con names and exactly how they relate to things? Yes, I did.
Beautiful. Excellent.
I have explanations for every single one of these.
As we smash cut to everyone with some looking around, it is not difficult to find what you are looking for, except Ilsa.
Uh-huh.
You can't find the head. It's
Right.
not, the statue
'Cause
head's
it's not
not
out front.
here. Yeah. You do see
Yeah.
the nod pages that you
Okay.
were looking for, but not that yet.
There's a brief moment of surprise, like honest, unvarnished surprise on Ilsa's face.
Mhm.
Seeing them, like, huh. Well, there's my book of non pages.
As we're gonna get a quick montage of everyone heisting their first artifacts. So we've got Dane going after this ancient sword. We've got Scarlet, your emerald necklace. By the way, Father Pablo, that's the one that's cursed.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Father Papo, there is the sword of Joan of Arc. Vermilia. There is the necklace from the Temple of Diana. It's in the same case as the one names. Trying to remember names.
Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Scarlet's is in. It does not appear to have any sort of curse on it. And Ilsa, your pages from the Book of Nod are what is in there. What is the strategy for each of these?
A thief.
Are we
Thief.
doing some high tech? Are we taking a little glass cutter and cutting a round window and just sort of reaching in? What's the plan?
Probably there's probably a montage of several different ways that items are procured. There's probably there's the reach through for the sword, cutting out the top of the display case, and just because that is either a smash and grab type of like large case or very dainty, so she would have done that from the top. There's probably a time where she has slipped in among like some of the staff and has changed her face and has just managed to get the keys to move the necklaces out of their display case. And the Book of Nod pages probably are done in a moment of a small power outage, in like a flicker in the room, and replaced with a fake.
Excellent. All right. I am gonna have you, just to see if there's any anything goes slightly amiss, I'm gonna have you make me a dexterity and stealth. Difficulty is 7.
Can I pump any willpower
Yeah, you can
into
spend
this?
you can spend willpower on this.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Dex and stealth.
Do I get to warn them about the other vampire in the area at some point?
Oh yeah.
That might be relevant information.
Mm-hmm.
That is not how you know what? Just up.
Beautiful.
So that is 12 successes.
Beautiful. Excellent. As flawlessly we see all of these actions carried out. However, we do have some complications. Sword is cursed, or the sword is there's a ghost.
A little haunted.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about that?
I'd like to have a chat with her.
Okay. You have to make a roll for that, I believe, to get that started.
Yes, it's level 2 of
Mhm.
necromancy.
Yes. Summon soul.
Summon soul.
All right. Give me.
Wait, no, that's to call them back.
Oh, that is. Yeah.
Well, there's one of them that lets me talk to them. No, I'm in the wrong one. That's Sepulchre of Death. I'm in Ash.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Lifeless tongues.
Lovely. Perception occult difficulty 6. And you have to spend a willpower.
Yes.
Lifeless tongue making out plants.
Unfortunately, for
amazing.
From Papa's perspective, no. It's not happening.
What? I missed something.
I said lifeless tongue. It's like making out with my ex.
Difficulty 6, so
Yep.
inside 5 fear. Yeah, enough successes to do the thing, I presume.
To do 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Mm-hmm. As you get what? Oh no. Why are you talking to me?
Just trying to ascertain your connection with this blade. Would you be the original owner?
Yes.
Well then, it's a pleasure to meet you.
She looks.
Assuming that I have my histories correct. Joan.
Jean.
Jean.
They get it wrong. They labeled it really wrong this time.
Yes, that does appear to be an issue. Is there a means by which I could help you in your current predicament?
Are you currently holding the sword? What is like the glass was cut and has clearly been able to reach in, but are you like
Not yet. I'm not in the habit of just grabbing possessed items.
Uh-huh. That's good. That's a good idea.
That's boring.
That's how I'm still alive after 900 years of being a 13th generation.
Yeah.
A fair point.
There we go. There we go. You can. Who are you?
Introductions are in order. I am Father Papa.
All right.
Off to the side. Is he talking to himself?
Yes.
What
it looks like.
And
yes.
I would just like to inquire, why are you still here?
It's labeled wrong.
Are you implying that if we simply fix the labeling?
I don't know. Maybe.
If we
to
label
realize that she is a teenager.
In my experience, most teenagers reject labels. Thank you very much.
She doesn't
mean-
even know if this is gonna work. She's like, doesn't really.
Are you aware of your canonization?
Right, she died at 19. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Give me as you're continuing on this conversation, give me a charisma and empathy roll. Difficulty is 8. This is hard. You're talking to a 15th century teenager through like
I
this
was
is a
alive in the
thing you
15th
do.
century.
Yeah, you were. So that does like help a little bit. Yeah.
And I know the etiquette from the 15th century, but yeah. No,
You know what?
it's
I'll
not a
give you
great roll.
that. Difficulty 7. I like
I still
that.
didn't roll any 7s. We're still a garbage roll. But
Was it the 33 is your roll?
yeah. that-
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a
that's
good roll.
No failures. That's not good. It's not a botch, I think, because you have a success. But
Correct.
you were trying to talk to her about this, and like you mentioned the canonization, and you're trying to like make a connection. Or what's Father Papa's
I'm trying to
like,
figure out
vibe
how
is?
aware of history she is after
Okay.
she died.
She
So I'm going to start with the canonization. I'm going to kind of move on to, what happened to France afterward. Like, I know French history. I'm like, I can roll if you want me to determine like how well I can find
dots in academics. I assume.
I have 5 dots in academics.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. Yeah, you know the history. You get the vibe of like she was an illiterate peasant, and like none of it matters anymore. This is the depressed, angry ghost. She's like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't help. They labeled it wrong. It's like just very focused on these like basic things that are still not like right. And she doesn't really care about like that stuff was all very important to her in life. And now she's like, but
There's what's left is not Joan of Arc.
yeah.
What's left is a weird.
Yes. This is what happens to ghosts. Eventually. They get stranger and stranger.
How do you properly get a ghost to carry on to where it's supposed to go?
Typically, you get it to resolve all of the issues that it has keeping it here, and allow it to resolve things through their fetters, the things that are physically keeping tying them to the real world.
Okay. Can I determine from talking to her fetters?
Yes, it is this sword is the one remaining one. Like this is what's binding her here. It's this sword.
And it's literally just the labeling of it?
That's what she says.
Tell me, you just want the sword to be recognized as yours?
Yes.
Perhaps on a better display? I could talk to my friend Francis and see if we can arrange a better setup.
Francis being the Pope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got the dough.
I mean, I bet we could get an entire cathedral built around this.
Okay. Give me a manipulation and expression this time. You're trying to impress. She doesn't know who Francis is.
Has the thing been opened yet?
Yes.
The display?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what's going on here? I appreciate that you're enjoying talking to yourself, but
It was diff 7, by the way, but you did
Okay.
good.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
6.
Plenty of successes.
Yeah.
She nods, and if you explain that Francis is the Pope, she looks
Yeah.
impressed and
All right.
excited for the first
Daddy
time.
Papa, what's going on?
I'm talking with Jean at the moment.
Who the fuck is Jean?
Jean of Arc.
Ark, are those the people? Are those the people that own the the strip mall in Cleveland?
No, as in the French peasant woman that led a religious uprising and defended her people and was burned at the stake.
Meanwhile, Father
Daddy
Papo,
Papo,
you've got him on the phone.
Yeah,
direct line.
Call up.
Daddy Papo, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's Joan.
If he's the one talking to the ghost, I might take the ghost's word on it.
I think he's getting it wrong in translation.
Yeah.
We hear some like, like peanuts.
Peanuts adult noises.
Yeah. On the other side. Heads up. And
what, you don't want to play Pope Francis word for word?
No, I don't. and somewhere halfway around the world, a prayer is said, and Jean begins to fade away as her wish is fulfilled, as Francis prays for her.
Awesome.
It's very lovely. All right, we smash cut over to, I assume you tell your ex-wife.
I will. Seraphine. It's probably worth noting that
Scarlet now.
I'm sorry, who the fuck? Oh, right, you change your names every couple hundred years. Okay, I'm with it. I'm figuring this out. Should be a reality show.
I mean, Scarlet's a lovely name, but it does evoke some certain negative connotation. But I suppose that negative connotation is long past. Regardless, your necklace, while lovely, is, how should we say, cursed.
All right.
It may require some removal of either dark magics or other beings inside of it.
Anyone else want to give me an intelligence occult difficulty of 8 on this curse? Now that you are all looking at it.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. Intelligence occult
in the real world. Yep.
Dane is far from concerned about it, and we'll let the people who know things about it deal with it.
Does my specialty in exorcism mean?
No, this isn't an exorcism.
Cool.
Hold on just a second.
Not a ghost.
Cult difficulty 8.
Yep.
Oh, and does my ability to know the past of items with my aspects once I actually can see them? I would assume I have to see it in person, but
not actually a botch.
You know what? I will allow that. Yeah, that would give you a +1.
Okay.
Not a botch. All right. Got 1 there.
Because there's a bunch of 10s in there.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes, spirit touch.
Vermilia, if you want to make this roll as well.
Okay. I can get a vision of a snapshot of the person who held it, either most recently or most significantly.
Okay, that wouldn't help with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the psychometry.
The psychometry aspect of aspects, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the thought, but that specific ability wouldn't help with unraveling what this curse.
I mean, I'll use that once we get closer to it, but
Yep.
or once we're dealing with it. But
all right, is that all the rolls people wanted to make on that?
yeah, I got my 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Says diff 8.
Is diff 8? Yeah.
I mean, if it's a curse, you're like a priest or something. Can't you just holy water it up?
The rest of you aren't quite sure. It's definitely cursed. Father Papo, this is an interesting curse. It's gonna make you have a very bad rest of your own life, unfortunately, as it will give you the flaw of, what did I decide? flaw of every one of your accomplishments or triumphs will fade away quickly, will go sour on you. It's not a good curse. It can, however, be broken. Unfortunately, it's a difficult one. Gonna take a little bit to get that to break. You have to.
It's impressive.
Must be picked up and handed to a vampire by willing mortal hands. Is the specific wording on this curse.
Interesting. So, I'm assuming willing means not coerced by any sort of
supernatural domination, presence.
Can it have been given by a willing mortal who is deceived?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It can be deceived.
As long as it's not any sort of supernatural deception.
What about a willing mortal who is not being controlled but is blood bonded?
Blood bond would negate it. This is supernatural coercion of any sort will negate this.
Do you communicate this?
I'm about to. So this necklace is cursed and requires it to be given to the vampire willingly by a mortal with no supernatural persuasion involved.
Oh. Okay, give me a sec. I am going to go out into the main room.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to find one of the wait staff.
Okay.
The one who looks like they were lucky to be named wait staff, who is like, they're struggling, they're trying, this is their big break moment, like that kind of person.
Oh yeah, yep. You find a woman. She looks pretty harried, like she has not slept great recently, and is sort of like you catch her as she's coming back with like a tray of like half empty, in various states of drunkenness glasses. She looks like she's heading toward the back.
Hey, hi.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love that hair. I will give you $150 to come with me in this particular moment.
The tray sort of drops and the glasses wobble as she catches it. I'm gonna make a roll.
Here, let me take that off your hands, and I put it down on the table next. Come, and I grab the hand, and they are coming with me.
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah.
The other hand already has $150 in it.
Whoa. Give me I'm gonna see how successful this is. Give me a manipulation and
expression, streetwise.
Intimidation, honestly. Streetwise, yeah.
I'm not streetwise, subterfuge.
Subterfuge, yeah. Subterfuge.
Okay. So manipulation, subterfuge.
Difficulty 6.
Even though I have a ridiculous amount of dice for this, I'm still gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a ridiculous amount of dice for my hunting roll, so.
Yeah, you're still hungry.
Yeah.
Like it's.
And you said standard.
It's a little
standard
better.
diff 6.
Yeah, diff 6.
Beautiful. 6 successes.
Give me also a wits awareness.
Wits awareness?
Yeah, wits awareness. Difficulty. Ooh, hang on a second. Difficulty 8.
Two successes.
2 successes. A woman in a black plunging neckline dress, who's holding a glass of wine that has clearly not been drunk out of, pale complexion, clocks you and begins
vampire.
Following.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We get into the room with everybody. I look at Dane. There's a vampire coming. Cut him off. And yes, I said that in front of the waitstaff person.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Whether or not they understand what any of that means.
So, I'm sorry, what's your name? I didn't ask. That was rude of me. I'm so sorry.
What?
What's your name?
Constance?
Constance. Hi, Constance. I'm Ilsa.
Hi.
Constance, I need you to come over here with me. I'm going to guide her right to where the display where the ring is.
She's
Necklace.
She can,
You got
yeah, the necklace,
6.
yeah.
You got 6. You can see her kind of like glance back as Dane, I assume you're heading that direction.
Yeah.
Okay. As Dane heads that way, but she's still following. She
Do you
lets
see that necklace?
Yeah.
I'm going to reach in my pocket. Do you see this $5,000?
Eyes go real big.
If you take that necklace out and hand it to that gorgeous woman there, you get this.
Looks back and forth between you all. All right, we're gonna pause that for a second. Dane, you're heading out.
Yeah, we can go through this whole manipulation and find someone and trick them and so on, or we could just pay them boatloads of money to do it.
Beautiful. Dane, you head out and you see you have lived a long, long time. One of
Very
the
long,
longest
yes.
here. You've run into some enemies over your years. Ventru is out there.
Wonderful.
Who is this person? And what did you do to them last time you met?
I don't know, and I can't think of a name in this particular instance, but I am 90% certain that what happened was Dane walked into a situation where the local Bruja had a complaint about the way the Ventru were operating the Camarilla in this particular city, and Dane's method of fixing that was walking into the Ventru compound and punching whoever was causing problems until they either gave up or were a bloody smear.
Okay.
You may have killed a childer.
Yeah. This is Erzabeth is her name. And she is missing
Miss
a
Bathory.
tooth. Yeah, she is missing a tooth. It's not one of the fangs. Those grow back. This one just didn't grow in right again ever. And she's rather annoyed about that. As she sees you and smiles like a crocodile.
Miss Bathory, it's been a long time.
It has.
Whatever brings you around here?
What brings you around here? She's gonna look you up and down. Do you have a sword on you at this point?
No,
Do you think you've grabbed it by now?
I don't know. I don't know if she's grabbed it yet.
You can decide if you've got it or not. Be nice to have a sword.
It would be, but I don't think. No, yeah, I'll say he's got it on him at this point.
Okay. Looks you up and down, sort of gives an eyebrow. Ooh. It's a nice sword. Or are you happy to see me?
I mean, I would be, honestly, if I didn't know that you were going to try and cause a problem.
Oh, but I'm not gonna make a scene, not like you do.
I do make quite a few scenes.
You do.
Maybe don't cause me to make another one, eh?
What? See, the difference between then and now is now you're in my territory.
I believe last time I was in your territory too.
Yes.
I believe that wasn't a difference, actually.
Tomato, tomato.
I believe the actual difference is right now I am carrying my sword on me, as opposed to last time when I walked in unarmed.
And we're so rude about it.
I was, but you were also being rude to my fellow Bruja.
No, we were asking for our rightful share. I think you'll find.
I think you'll find that the Venture's idea of rightful share is not the same as everyone else's.
Ooh. Now, see, that's where we run into our age-old issue, isn't it? She's trying to direct you away from where you're trying to get back to. I assume you're heading back toward. She is trying to steer you away.
I mean, I was tasked with intercepting her and stopping her from interfering with whatever's going on back there. So, yeah.
Mission accomplished. Good job, Dane.
Yep.
Now, we both know what will happen if you decide to make this an altercation, because it happened last time, and as great as the fortitude of the Venture is, it did not stop that tooth.
No, it didn't. As she's gonna try something as you are away from people now. See, that's very true. And I don't want to make a scene. I'm here looking for something, as you are as well, clearly. You found one thing. I don't know if you have anything else to find, but let's just say you happen to find a flash drive. It's hidden in some artifact in here. I don't know what one, but I think you might find it. And I'd like you to hold on to it for me.
Now, you have to give me at least some inclination as to why this information is so important to you.
As she is going to use Dominate.
Is her generation lower than mine?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
She is going to use to do Mesmerize here. She has siphoned you off to a place where she can do this.
The difficulty is 10.
Okay, diff 10. All right, manipulation and leadership here. We'll see if she can. She might not be able to. She's not as strong as you. All right, it is manipulation. Oops. Manipulation and leadership. Let's see here. Diff 10. Let's find out. No, absolutely not. All right. You can see her trying to activate. You've run into her before. And you have lived long enough to have had this happen to you before.
Yeah, so as Dane just kind of, Elizabeth, please, as she squares her shoulders in that sort of, there's a moment before springing into action.
And then we cut to outside the building where Elizabeth just flies through the wall into the street and gets hit by a semi.
You, of a generation older than mine, should know better than to try that on someone who has seen countless wars.
Call me a romantic.
You may be of the fourth, but I have seen more battle than you have ever seen of your glorious regime.
Do you want to see another battle?
Would you like to go through every wall in this museum?
No, I'm talking about the flash drive. You asked what would make it interesting to you. That would.
Is this flash drive important to the Camarilla or the Sabbat?
No. Rogue agent. Wants to cause some trouble.
I can see about getting a hold of it for you. But try that again, it'll be more than your tooth you lose next time.
Of course. I'll leave you be. I need to grab a snack anyway. She is going to, and you can like stay out there and watch. She very deftly grabs a victim and heads out the door. She doesn't seem like she's coming back in from this, having gotten at least, maybe you'll be interested in looking into this. She tried her gambit, it did not work. All right, as we pivot back inside, as
$5,000, and if that isn't enough, I have more.
whoa.
There's a reason Dane has a willpower of 10.
Yeah.
How much rent can you pay with this?
A lot.
You'll never be caught.
Give me. This is now intimidation. This is.
Well, I'm going to spend willpower on this
Yeah.
thing because I put dots in a lot of abilities, but intimidation was not one of them.
Yep.
Manipulation.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
See, I'm spending the willpower on this.
Sure thing. As this is a lot to front load onto someone who does have like slight survival abilities, a little bit. No.
That's 2 successes with willpower.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know your name. Please don't tell
You don't
me.
have to. You don't want to know.
Great.
Take it. Give it
So-
to her.
Okay. She's gonna reach in and grab the necklace and hand it over. And our exorcist, you can feel that curse break and shatter into nothingness.
We good?
Well, that was an easy way to do it, I suppose.
Cool. I break her neck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make a roll for that.
Saw this coming.
Taylor's
interesting.
revenge.
Hold on.
Find somebody who does something that looks suspicious and pin it on them.
Yeah.
I'm
do you-
I'm trying to see if I have no, clairvoyance is not. I don't have access to that, so I don't get to any chance to like know you're gonna do thing before you do it.
Nope.
Yeah. If you, I guess, like.
I am, before I do this, as it's being handed over, I'm spending 3 blood points to pump my strength up to 5.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm not gonna make you roll to.
Okay, yeah, because it's
injure her.
strength. It would then be strength 5, brawl 3, potence 4.
Mhm. Yeah, I think
And
you
then
don't have.
I just grab her before she even falls,
Mhm.
and I put her behind one of the displays.
Yep. Yeah.
All
Her
right.
fingerprints are probably on something on that display.
Yes.
Therefore, she is going to have all of this pinned on her.
Is there I don't have medicine. I have no idea if there's any way for her to survive.
You want me to make a humanity roll for this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm also gonna have. I think I'm trying to decide. So you don't have celerity for Ilsa, right? You don't have anything.
No,
that would
I do not.
automatically up your seed.
No,
Just
that's not true. I do have celerity of 3.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have.
I was kind of behind her, though.
Yes. It's the question of it's not going to be a problem for you to kill her. It's whether our priest here would be able to like intervene on this.
Initiative rules?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can because that's
Celerity
dexterity
counts
based.
in
Exactly.
correct.
Yep.
So what's initiative?
Initiative is
D10 plus wits plus dex plus celerity.
Wits
My
and
celerity
dex.
is 1, 2, discipline 5.
so you're
Yeah, it's a single
Dots and
D10,
wits.
and you are adding your wits and dexterity ratings to it.
Yep.
Okay.
As a numerical increase.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
Die.
17.
Yeah, no. Before you can even blink, Father Papo.
And then I grab her before she even starts to fall and just push her behind the display.
Humanity check. We're gonna do that in
Yes.
a sec. For our two I think I don't. You're not like at the point of hungry, but you know there's blood there. Just so you know, that's an option, and it's fresh right now. She has not.
This is our Patsy. Do not fuck with our Patsy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say. Humanity.
Yes, it is a conscience roll
Okay.
versus I need to look at humanity and see what the so this is
it's a flat difficulty +1 for each step between your current rating and the severity of the sin, I think.
Yeah, what are you what's your
the difference is 2 because this is outright murder and my humanity is 5.
Okay. Yep.
That's diff what?
Degeneration.
You said is it 6 plus the difference?
Let me check.
Thank you for
whenever a character if the action is below downward spiral. Here we are. No, where's the degeneration rule?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not in there. That's where I'm at, and I don't see it.
I think it's
here.
probably on under the virtues, probably.
These books are very bad at putting things in logical places.
They
The
are.
difficulty.
Yes,
sorry.
they make role playing game books. That applies to fucking every role playing game company.
Yeah.
Okay, if degeneration is a possibility, the player whose character commits the act should make a conscience roll for that character. The difficulty is 8. Reprehensible acts are hard to justify. The storyteller may modify this willpower, may not be spent for an automatic.
So it's
success.
just diff 8. Okay.
Diff 8. Okay. Yeah. And I don't think I'd modify it on a
No.
2 difference.
This is a
Yeah.
Tuesday for a vampire.
Yeah. So give me that.
I think the difference.
Oh look,
between,
I'm down to 4.
I think
I
the
don't
difference
care.
between the sin
Okay.
and your rating is a Dark Ages specific
Okay.
mechanic.
All right.
I don't care one bit which
Beautiful.
fits.
All right. I'm going to take an immediate gauge on because there's 2 other people in this room, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Scarlett's here.
What is the immediate response to the other 2 people?
You just saw someone get murdered.
Vermilia has no response.
So
It's the equivalent of a fucking cow to us.
Scarlett is Scarlett's immediately looking at Papo to get his reaction because she knows he's going to react to that.
Oh yeah. Papo is going to take
I don't
2
feel like I
second.
need a roll for this. Like you two are familiar enough with each other.
Yeah.
Papa's taking a 2-second, like, all right, I need to gather my thoughts. I need to, there's nothing I can do there. I don't have enough Shroud of Death to grab her back and stick her back in the body.
Nope.
Because that goes beyond 5.
Mm-hmm.
Can I empathy as Ilsa has been calling him Daddy Papo?
Yeah, you can empathy both. You
I
can
don't know
see
if that's
them, like,
been noticed, but
like,
yeah.
a moment where they look at each other. I think you can.
Yep.
Get
I do
to
want to
both
point
of
out that you are like 1 syllable away from calling him Daddy Papa.
Uh-huh. I didn't choose the name. Specialty of empathy specialty, and I swear this is from the book. I didn't specifically like go out of line to pick something so generic that applies to almost anything.
Mhm.
Empathy specialty insight.
That is so non-specific. I kind of hate it. Yeah, that would apply.
Okay. That would be 2 successes.
Yeah. You
Am
see
I
it?
about to get attacked
Good question.
in some way?
To be fair, empathy insight for reading a person is very different from empathy, like being able to commiserate
That's true.
and like
Yeah.
there are
That's
different
the
purposes for empathy.
perceptive side as
Mhm.
opposed to like proactive use
Yes,
to
yeah.
yeah.
Offensive
that's fair.
versus defensive.
Are you about to be attacked?
Or I don't know if you'd know if with 2 successes, I don't think you would know if you're immediately going to be attacked, but I think you'd be able to tell, Ilsa would be able to tell.
Am I in danger,
that
girl?
went down in your estimation, basically. Like, how far did that plummet? Just right there.
Scarlett's actually going to walk over to Popo.
There's a. Would you consider it the best case scenario to be locked into a room and have scripture read at you for like 3 days without sleeping? Or is death better at this point?
Are you asking the character or
The character. Because those are probably the 2 options right now.
Okay, the point is is there a sense that something impending is about to happen?
Something gonna happen, yes.
Okay.
Do you want your shit or not? We can continue our little feud, and you can seek your revenge against me for the next 70 some odd years later. But right now, we've got shit to get.
Is this roughly the point at which Dane walks back in?
Yes. Yeah.
So Dane walks in, looks over, sees the body, and just like lets out a sigh of disappointment.
The music stutters over the loudspeakers and begins skip every so often. There's a note that is not playing.
Was that really necessary?
We needed to get this. We needed a patsy, and we needed somebody who could get this, who then is not able to identify our faces, because the second
very easily have chosen
your face changes fairly regularly.
You're right. I'm looking out for you.
Scarlett
Because if they get to you, they can then get to me.
You could have chosen the patsy who would actually deserve it.
Scarlett
We didn't have time. I needed somebody who I needed easy, not cheap.
Scarlett's
Scarlett,
doing.
Waste.
Scarlett will put a hand on Popo's arm and just say, I understand, but now is not the time. Please do not make things worse right now.
Dane like lets out an exasperated sigh. Are any of you looking for a flash drive by chance?
Hey, what?
Sorry, what?
Are any of you looking for a flash drive hidden in any of these artifacts?
Why would you ask something like that?
Because Elizabeth Bathory is looking for it.
You don't know that name, Ilsa.
What is? Yeah, I mean, I assume I know the name in a general.
Yes,
sense.
yeah, but not.
And can
you do
make-
not
Is
know
that-
her like personally.
Is that the lustful vampire in the foyer?
Yes, that would be her.
What does that virgin killing bitch have anything to do with this?
I don't know, but apparently she wants what's on that flash drive.
I'm gonna go over
No, there's
and
nothing. In the
look in this woman's
in-
pocket and see if I can get her name and address.
Oh yeah, you can find her wallet. She's a local. Very easy to do.
in the intentionally least convincing tone ever. No, not at all.
I told her I would look into it. I didn't say I would actually give it to her.
Don't.
I don't intend to, but I am curious what's on it now that she wants.
Nothing that matters to you.
Probably not.
I don't know. Let me rephrase that. Do you care about Las Vegas?
I mean, you Clouds would know that I've been there once. Not particularly.
Then nothing that matters to you.
Over by the body. You have
Does this
gotten
woman have any religious iconography on her?
she's got like a card for a local church group AA meeting on there. It doesn't like it's creased. It looks like it's been in there a long time. You would recognize, like, you could probably find it. It's got an address, or it's fairly easily Googleable.
Okay, I'm just taking pictures of stuff and making sure they're back. And then I take a quick look at the denomination of the organization that it was for.
Yeah, it's Anglican.
Okay. Well, then definitely pull out the oil that you keep just for emergencies and do that bit.
Yep.
All the stuff.
Vermilia, what are you doing during all of this?
With literally no facial expression.
Okay.
After the murder, probably Vermilia is a very task-oriented individual, so has probably been figuring out what the storage locations for the other items that might be on people's dockets.
You're staying focused and have a museum map and are circling things.
Ilsa.
It's one of those things where every once in a while the camera will shift to her, like, circling something, lifting the pencil to talk, and then somebody else cuts in and just back to the map.
Yep.
Amazing.
For several minutes.
And actually, I think you have blueprints at this point, because that would be a thing that would have been. So you've got, like, the back ways. As far as stuff that still needs to be I don't know how much people would have shared, but you have.
That's what I'm about to get. That's what I'm about to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Elsa completely drops the Ditz accent. Goes, all right, so let's put cards on the fucking table here. What's everybody looking for? Since apparently blood-bathing bitches are revealing my shit.
I mean, I've got one of the things I was looking for. Dane says, holding.
Yeah, we've all got one of the things we're looking for. What's the important thing? What's the actual thing?
I mean, there's a vault somewhere with a tapestry of my history.
Tapestry. Scarlet?
A
vase.
Wedding rings.
Wedding rings. Papa, is that you too? Sorry, Papo, yes. One of the two.
Dane will walk over to Papo and sort of look down at the body. Do you have her address?
Yes.
Yes.
I will.
Good. We can plant evidence there.
He looks over, looks back.
We're going to ensure that if she has any children, they are taken care of.
I will pay the wear guilt. Her family will want for nothing, save her presence.
See, everybody wins.
Not everyone.
Everybody important in this story wins. So, how are we getting the rest?
Vermilia, you've got a map conveniently labeled.
There are a number of entrances to different areas where they are storing our things.
Yep.
I figured we take a few back entrances. Some of them we enter through. Are any of you good at sneaking into small spaces?
So
are we doing the tomb after all?
We have a smash cut really quick to a table with, like, battle maps, like, situation room level, with a big light overhead and, like, drawings and figuring out that we see on there that looking at the things Ilsa, the Akkadian statue head, is going to be in the same like area where the vase, where Vernelia, your vase would be. The wedding ring and the tapestry are going to be in different areas. There's basically the kind of back area, there are like vent systems that kind of go through this building. The tapestry is currently being worked on. You've been able to, with whose connections do you think would have connections to like figure out like have connections to people working in the museum? Is that a
It sounds like a Scarlet thing to me.
sounds like
I
a
was
Scarlet
about to
thing.
say that
Yeah.
as well.
Scarlet definitely would.
Yeah. Scarlet, you have contacts in here and they would let you know that having coordinated all of this, the tapestry is currently being worked on in a lab. So that one's going to be out. The other ones are in locked kind of storage areas. So that's the thing. The wedding ring is in a locked storage area. The other ones are not, because the wedding ring is fancy. It has jewels on it, so it's
2 wedding rings.
yeah, the 2 wedding rings. They're in the same location because they're from the same time period and era, kind of thing. So you've got
millennia old wedding rings.
yeah, exactly. How romantic. So those are the known kind of barriers. One of them is worked on in a lab that would need a passcode or something to get into it. The other one is like a mechanical lock situation, and then the statuary and the vase are a little less secured, but there's you're not quite sure. Yeah, those ones are the less secured ones, basically. It's the kind of vibe. But those are closer to where the night watch sort of patrols around the building. They don't tend to go into the locked areas, but they're kind of they're part of their circuit is around where the vase and the statuary head are stored.
All right, she will let everyone know the different locations. Your tapestry is in the lab.
Oh,
We're gonna
good.
need a pass to get through there.
I mean, if we can't find one, I'm not worried about it.
Give me. We don't want to just punch through the doors. Our Patsy couldn't punch through the doors, so
Then you'd better find that passcode.
well,
You know
somebody-
that key cards. Most of the employees here, like all of that, wouldn't be a wait staff thing. They wouldn't have access to those areas. That
Right.
would be an employee of the building. You do know with your contacts, Scarlet, that the director of the museum is kind of like out, probably is out kind of hobnobbing with the wealthy donor, basically. It's going to be difficult to pull him away from that because like this is a big thing that you have to do to like get funding for a museum exhibit, so he's going to be very focused on that. You do know that there's a couple of like is a grad student who tends to work late most nights. She might be here. That would be a potential way in as well. Is she's probably working in the lab. You have not seen her kind of in your perambulations of the hall, kind of keeping an eye out for things. You haven't noticed her out here, so presumably back there.
If she is in the lab, is there any possibility she would let me in there? Like if she knew me.
Yeah, if you get in touch with her.
Do I have her number? I'm assuming.
You have what? How many dots in contacts do you have?
I don't know if I have contacts. I have allies.
Allies? Give me a roll of your allies rank. Let's just see how lucky you are on that.
I've got 3 dots in allies.
Yeah, give me a dot 3. I'm going to say it's difficulty 5. This is pretty, these are established contacts you have, and it's in a field that would make sense for this, so.
So just roll 3
Yeah,
dice?
roll 3 dice, difficulty 5. It's pretty easy. I just need 1 success to have a phone number. More and you'll know things about her.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Oh, you don't know her
bad.
phone number. You were focused on the more important people, quote unquote, out here. You do think she would recognize, if you name dropped, basically, if you can get in touch with her somehow, you'd be able to get access to that room through her. But unfortunately, she's you do not have the phone number off the top of your head.
If I go to the room and just knock on the door, or is there a room where there's a window that she could see me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, because that was my original thought.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know the person who is probably working on the tapestry right now. I bet she'll let me into the room.
Right.
If someone wants to come with me, we can take it from there.
It is my thing that is being stored there, so I might as well.
All right.
Go for it.
All right, we've got Scarlet and Dane going after the tapestry. The other 2 locations we have are where Ilsa and Vermilia, your statue and the vase, are in the pottery pottery and stonework kind of materials. That one is not locked or secured, but it does have a guard, night watchmen that kind of go past on regular intervals, and there is security cameras in that area. So that's that location. And then the last one would be locked with a mechanical lock. It's not a key card lock. Is where the wedding rings are stored. So we got one group going one direction, other people going to the other ones. Who's going
Other
where?
people going 98 degrees.
I'm Vermilia's going after her vase.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you because that's where my thing is.
Okay. Father Papa, are you going to go after the wedding rings, or are you staying with another group?
I'm gonna keep an eye on the murderer.
Okay. So
You're gonna have to narrow that down because the most recent murderer, or because I'm pretty sure terms of total lifetime quantity, I'm pretty low on this list.
Yes, this is true.
It depends on what you classify as murder, because Dane's killed a lot of people on the battlefield. I don't know if that qualifies as murder.
Yeah.
We're vampires. We've killed a ton of people, and the longer we've been alive, the more we've killed.
I didn't say the most the killer. I said the murderer.
Okay.
Feeding is murder.
So we've got those 2 different groups. Let's start with the ones going to the lab. You all make your way down. It's a darkened hallway, but there's a sickly fluorescent light going on, and then as you kind of go past, you see a large sort of window that has a little signs taped up to it. So it says there's 2 paper signs taped to the window. One says there have been 0 days since the last velociraptor attack in this lab, because every lab has one of those. Everyone does. And then 2, it says please don't tap the glass. We are skittish. And inside you see a woman with frizzy hair, glasses, and a cardigan, sort of like staring over, like hunched over, looking at Dane. You see your tapestry laid out. So familiar. Look at it.
I was
I
intending
get
to
her
add another
to-
row to it.
It looks nicer than the last time you saw. Actually, I mean, it's surprising the state that you see it in. Basically, it looks worse for wear. Every time you have to go collect one of your things, it like gets slightly more worn down.
Yeah, because they keep
it's been
touching
varied.
it and messing with
Exactly.
things.
Yeah.
And I keep having to replace whole sections of this tapestry when they mess them up.
But it looks like she's been cleaning it. So there's that.
Skin oils are
Yep.
bad. Very, very bad.
Just got gloves on. And what were you saying, Scarlett?
Oh, she's like waving and trying to get the attention of the girl in there.
She's not looking up. She's focused, looking down.
No.
Would you like me?
I mean, sure, go ahead.
Dane just thump on the door.
That's not
Jerks, looks up, eyes wide, recognizes a individual who has stopped by before. Looks kind of a little bit startled, like, what are you? Okay. But we'll set down tools and go open the door a crack. You feel a blast of Arctic air coming out of this place. The sound of a fan humming. Oh, hi. Do you have a last name? You never gave me one.
She doesn't currently have a last name.
Okay. Miss Scarlett.
Yeah, she's like,
hi. Unexpected. We're you must be here for the grand opening.
I am, and I heard about this tapestry that you're working on.
Yes, it's fascinating.
This is a friend of mine. She'll point. It's Dane, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Dane.
Hi. Hello. Nice to meet you. It's.
Hello there, and she's going to immediately use entrancement.
Excellent.
What is the target's current willpower?
Her current willpower is 4.
Excellent. So appearance and empathy. My appearance is not at the level that I have a specialty in it yet. Okay, cool. Appearance, empathy.
You're not that hot.
I'm not impossibly hot. Unless I want to be.
That can change.
That can change.
It takes a little bit though.
You
don't want to do that in front of a mortal.
No.
It tends to weird them out a lot. Strangely.
I will put a no, I don't need to put a willpower into this yet.
No. Okay. 4 successes. What does that do to her? She's mesmerized.
She is entranced for a month.
Okay.
The number of successes determines how long the subject is entranced. The power bends others' emotions, making them the vampire's willing servant. Due to what those individuals see as true and enduring devotion, they heed the vampire's every desire. Since this is done willingly, instead of having their will set, servants retain their creativity and individuality.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They basically become truly devoted to everything that I want, though they do follow my orders under their own mind and understanding.
Got it. Yeah, so she can interpret it how she wants.
Yeah, she can interpret how to respond.
Hi. No, great. I'm so excited to have you here. What can I do for you?
I was just wondering if I could maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. Is she talking to me or Dane?
To Dane now.
You do not exist.
Never mind. You take over.
You exist, but you are pale in comparison to the sun over here.
My darling, I was hoping that you would be willing to let me inside because I'm afraid that that tapestry belongs to my family, and I am afraid that it does need to come back with me.
Your family? Whoa. Yeah, absolutely. She's going to open the door and like gesture welcome in.
Dane will swan in and
Your family? So how's she gonna respond to this?
she wants to know the story, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Do you have like stories about it? It's a fascinating artifact. I mean, I've been looking through this, and she starts to kind of like go into a little bit of an excited nerd thing. Are you gonna let her continue? Do you she like catches herself and like looks a little nerd like she not sure if
Dane will sort of like gesture to the very top of the tapestry and sort of give the kind of speech that she normally does when she's explaining this to mortals. These like the original Dane Hrafenhar, and she'll explain as if the individual sections are just different people in the family line. Sort of give a little bit of an overview of the history of the tapestry. And she'll eventually, after giving like a brief overview of some of it, she's like, I could tell you plenty more, but frankly, I don't have all the time in the world. Though, if you wanted to join me, I would be happy to explain more of the history, the different location once we've found all of our things and made our way out.
Oh my god, yes. Yes. Yeah, I just need to roll it. I need to cover it back up and can't leave it out in the lights, of course.
Yes, definitely. It's a very fragile piece.
Yes, it's I'd be honored, absolutely. Just let me make sure that gets covered up. And she starts bustling around. Scarlet, you would be aware, though Dane may or may not be. She's talking about like basically preparing it to like cover it and leave it in the lab. Like she does not get the we need to leave with this thing. She is intending to like leave it safe in here where it is environmentally controlled and etc. etc. So it's not that quite what Dane is. There's still that part of the piece for Dane getting this out of here. But she's excitedly going along with this, yes. As we pivot to the other group, two searching for very important artifacts to them, and one hyper-vigilant hawk, making sure that nobody else gets hurt in this situation. How are you approaching this? There's a hallway, there are security cameras, there is let's see, character names, sorry. Ilsa, you would know with your like intel on this place, there is a like security hub off it would be connected to the same like hallway system that the guard kind of walks by, but there's a security hub that controls like the camera system and like alarms and things like that.
Okay.
It's all kind of centralized, which makes it convenient and easy for destroying things. But
are there so there's the security hub. There are obviously cameras around. Are there physical guards outside of?
Yes, they do. They're not stationary. They kind of go on around. There are more of them than normal tonight just because it's an event. So there's two of them kind of going back and forth. They're not paired together. They're going separately. There is a window. If you take some time to like observe, there is about a 5-minute window in between where they kind of pass each other.
I am going to hold on. Let me check one thing here.
Actually, it'd be longer than that. It'd be like 10 minutes. It's a
Okay.
pretty big building.
So what's the item here we're trying to grab? A vase?
You're trying to
A
grab
vase?
both a vase and a statue head.
And aside from the security guards, what's stopping people from grabbing them?
Security guards, security cameras.
Presumably the cameras are easy to deactivate.
Why
Yeah, I
would we
can
need to?
deactivate the cameras. There was which is. Don't worry, this is my specialty. And I'm going to reach in. Yeah, I'm going to open up my clutch.
Mhm.
Pull out my hacking phone.
Excellent.
There are two phones. There is one that is the regular phone that is essentially a burner phone, and there is the other one that is loaded up with everything you need to get into.
Excellent.
And I'm going to disable. I'm going to try to do the most movie thing possible, which is loop
Yes.
video recording.
Uh-huh.
If that doesn't work, that's fine. I will just shut it down.
Okay. Excellent.
I will power outage the. Actually, that will be even better. I will power outage the building.
Oh, you're gonna do that first?
If I no.
Okay.
Looping is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Power outaging the building
choice.
is second choice.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. That is going to be an intelligence and computers check.
What's
Difficulty is going to be 7. It's you're trying to do this to make it be seamless. If this does not work, then there'll be another check that you can make, but it'll be a little bit.
Is that 7 before my merit?
Yes.
Okay.
7 before, so 5. Yeah. I love it.
That would be 7 successes with 10s because I'm assuming hacking applies.
Couple of buttons.
Yep.
And it's looping.
All right, I got this.
I am not being observed then?
You're not being observed.
By the cameras.
And on one of those 10-minute windows, the Vermilia is just gonna walk into that hallway, and as long as there are no mortals that can view her at the time, is just going to turn into a puddle of blood and go underneath of the door.
And we see as we get an interior view of one of these stacks. So the way that storage is in here is it's these big metal shelving units. There are electronic buttons on the side which are not locked. You basically have to press them to get the things to open, and then you can access the materials inside. So you can go and blood puddle like that through. You'd have to mess with the electronics to get the doors to move inside, and because the way they're closed is too tight for you to get the vase out.
Fair enough.
So there's a moment where the blood puddle is inside. Someone just needs to press the button. That's it. It's just it's difficult to do as a puddle of blood.
Yep. So she'll extricate herself.
We see the blood puddle emerge.
Welcome back.
She'll explain the mechanics.
It's a button.
Yep,
it makes
just press
beep.
the button.
Yep.
Daddy Papa, why don't you handle this?
I can just fully become Daddy Papa at this point.
It's a button on the side of the shelving unit. You have to press the button and then it'll move.
Yep. Cool.
Are you doing that?
Yeah.
I look at the shelving unit. I just hit a button and it moves.
Wow. Electronics. Amazing. Look at technology.
Press the button.
Beep, 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 beep. There it is. And what do we see? This space.
So it's very stereotypical Roman architecture of the big fluted and handled vase, but it is a vase that is done not in like the black and orange or black and gold that was done a lot in those days, but done in white and blue, but depicting the 12 labors of Heracles from start to finish.
Jeremy, for Ilsa, give me a
Dex stealth.
Dex stealth, yeah.
Okay.
Versus let's see here. Let me look up the difficulty. Give me one sec. This one? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna roll for
Okay.
what you're
Standard diff.
Yes, standard diff.
I will willpower this one as well because.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, shit. All right, that's fine. Whatever. Sometimes the dice fuck you.
Yeah. Father Papa. Ilsa just took a photo of you with that phone contraption. You weren't aware that phones could do that now. Anyway,
Just took a picture.
and then a couple rows over is going to be Ilsa, your statuary.
Oh. So this is like a very old, probably not in the as old as it's not in the best condition, but is as good as you can imagine. This Akkadian, it is clearly the head that was taken off of a larger statue.
Yeah, it's kind of an uneven,
like this deific Zoroastrian deity, demon, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is about probably this size, like basketball size, maybe big for a basketball.
Yeah. How big is the vase, by the way? Just so I know.
Probably about 2.5 feet by a foot and a half.
Big.
It's not a small object.
Excellent. Difficult to blood pool and carry that.
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, you've got.
Yep. I walk up to it like, I always wonder what my grandsire looked like. I assume this is artist interpretation. Grab it, look at it, smash it on the ground.
There is a crash.
And pull the SD drive from it.
Beautiful. Wits awareness or wits alertness.
Wits alertness.
Okay. Yeah, everyone here. And actually, our group also in the other room. Difficulty for you is going to be diff set. You're currently still in the room. It's diff 8. There's door and like
and
fans going.
This is wits alertness.
Wits alertness. Yes.
Does Auspix do anything for this?
No.
Only if you're actively using it.
Yeah.
If you are actively using Auspex, it reduces the difficulty by your Auspex rating.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 8 for you. For you and Dane.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Okay. All right.
And what's the difficulty for us?
For you, diff 6. You're much closer.
5,
Less doors in between. You've got a few in there. Okay. So everyone hears this crash, and in the silence you hear footsteps begin running and the crackle of some sort of walkie-talkie, as that was loud.
I would like to use this opportunity. He's focused on the thing. Does he have his phone in his hand or does he put it in his pocket?
Ilsa?
Yeah. Oh, yes, Ilsa.
The phone is in the pocket now because she needed both hands to pick this thing up.
Yeah, it was heavy.
Cool. Is it a stealth to pick someone's pocket?
To pick someone's pocket?
Yeah, it is larceny.
It's larceny.
Larceny is basically
yeah.
pickpocketing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dexterity,
okay.
Larceny.
Yeah, I'm not a larcenious person.
Okay. If you would like to try anyway, you can.
No.
Okay. All right. As there was clearly a crash. The two in the room talking to this mortal, you heard the crash and you know it was loud enough to draw attention of some sort. You don't hear the footsteps running from inside. That's a little too quiet.
Mhm.
I am going to use obfuscate 5.
Okay.
Cloak the Gathering.
Ooh.
Well, I'm using specifically Vanish from Mind's Eye, and I'm using Cloak the Gathering so that it affects everybody in the control room. Because Cloak the Gathering allows you to conceal one extra person through an obfuscate ability for each dot of stealth you have.
Got it. Okay.
And there are 3 of us in here,
Yep.
so I'm using Vanish from Mind's Eye, which means we just poof.
As there is a shimmer, as we see the guard run up a little bit out of breath. He's wide-eyed and he's looking around and like calling into a radio saying there's an artifact broke. I don't know. I'm not touching anything. It was, I don't know what it was. It's just back here in shelf, and he's gonna kind of he's clearly talking to like a probably the museum director. Like something's gone wrong and I don't know what it is, and he is ignoring all of you who are, feet away from him.
I am going to reach out and carefully grab both of the other 2, pull them in a little bit closer, so I can whisper to them without breaking it. We can they can't see any of us. The cameras are currently looping. This is our opportunity to go. If you fuck me, I can make you visible and only you. So let's go. And I start making my way out.
All right.
Follow.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
In the other room, meanwhile, the 2 of you heard that crash sound. She does not appear to have noticed. She's mesmerized, like focused very much on, I'm going to do my job and then I'm going to get the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yep.
Scarlet will look at Dane and sort of, I'm going to go.
Yes, you should probably find the thing you're looking for. I've got everything that I need here.
Okay. And then she's going off.
Okay. Are you just trying to get to an exit? Are you trying to find the rings? There's a risk that you will get found if you go to look for the rings.
Yeah, no, she's moving in the direction where the others were, where the crash came from.
Okay. All right. You would be aware that there's likely like mortals coming that direction. Like sound is one of the harder. Okay.
That's all right. She can play
that
on.
Okay. All right. Let's continue with you. So you I'll have you make me a No, I'm not going to make you roll. I'm going to keep doing that same one. Once you get closer, you can hear very clearly from like around the corner as his walkie-talkie is sort of crackling. You hear a mortal security guard kind of like having a discussion like, I don't know how it fell. It's here though. No, I don't see whatever happened, and no, nothing's like else is broken. He clearly has not noticed that the
Cameras
vase,
are looping. Oh,
yeah,
the vase is missing.
also that like he did not notice it. There seem like they're still kind of like in that what happened panic kind of mode, because like this is very odd and unusual, but you can hear him kind of going on about this. You'd have to the layout, you'd have to go the closest way to get out of the building and out would be through him, but you could also kind of like take the long way and loop around possibly. You're also aware that likely his compatriot is going to be coming over here, and the longer you spend here, the more dangerous it gets for them encountering you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, danger's not so much for us.
Yeah. It's how much of a fuss do you want to do? How much blood do you want to shed here? What you doing? You do not see the rest of the group as they have obfuscated and are moving quietly.
Okay, well, they're gone.
So far until
Do we see them?
Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah, I think you would see her if you're kind of like looking back.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you wouldn't, because she's around the side and you were going out the exit. You would not.
If we're going to leave, I will, because I know her, I will telepathically reach out for her
Okay.
to check where she's at.
Yeah, give me that roll again. What was it again? With aspects, telepathy, intelligence, subterfuge. Difficulty is willpower. What's your current willpower, Holly?
It's 6.
6.
But she's also not going to fight this.
Okay, yeah, you got 2 successes.
Cool.
You'll
feel in your head. Just where are you?
Where am I? Am I in the room? Or
you're in the hallway, like right around
Okay.
the corner from where the security guard is, from where the crash happened. The room where Dane and that mortal are way further back behind.
I'm in the hallway. I believe outside of the room where the crash came from.
They got their stuff. Do you have the ring?
No, I haven't had a chance to get those yet.
Let's get those.
Where are you?
You can project an image, I believe. So
yeah,
you can.
She can see what I'm saying. I will share what I can see around me.
Yeah, it looks like the same hallway system that you are in.
Yeah. You are like 10 feet from each other. You just can't see each other. Well, she can't see you.
Ships
she will
passing
start
in the
wandering
night
until she can see him.
Are you going that will take you into like where the security guard is, and you are not obfuscated.
Yeah, I will show the security guard. Well, presumably we're leaving that room with the security guard, right?
You're leaving the hallway. Yeah, where he is.
Listen, give me a second. I'll be out. Give me 1 moment. I'll be out. So once we're out of that room.
So the hallway leads to like a little guard station, and then it would be outside the building, actually. Like this is a single way. It's not looping back into.
Well, in that case, I'll whisper to you. Let's grab Seraphine and get the rings while you're invisible. And I will if you will go, I will direct you in the direction of her.
Yes, no. Deal's a deal. We're here for everything.
I'll
I'm not
grab him.
planning to fuck you.
Yeah.
In
All right.
every possible sense of that phrase.
Oh boy. All right. So, as you, Scarlet, are making your way and trying to find the rings, I'm gonna have you make me a dexterity and stealth. Difficulty is 7. So you're doing this fairly quickly, but people are coming this way. So
Are we all stealthing or just?
No, just Scarlet.
Okay.
You can spend willpower on this if you have an ability that helps with this. Feel free.
I will definitely spend willpower on
Okay.
it. I don't know why I can never find stealth on here.
Second row of abilities, most of the way down the
It's
bottom.
I always go past it every single time.
I always think it's in that first column.
Okay,
because it feels like a talent.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's different in each system. What does spending a willpower here get me?
The
One success.
One success.
success.
So you can't
Okay.
botch on this.
Correct. You
Diff
cannot
7.
botch and you automatically have at least one.
Okay.
Hey.
5 successes.
Very quickly and silently. Actually, what do we see as this very accomplished vampire makes her way to the jewelry cases?
Was she trying to get past right now?
There was another security guard because there are
Okay.
2 of them running toward his compatriot.
Just almost in like a dance-like motion, she just slips past them very gracefully.
Excellent. And you arrive at the cases. They are locked. You know which one your rings are in, but they are locked.
What kind of lock is it?
It's just a simple, like, mechanical kind of lock. It's like inbuilt into the drawer. It's not like an external lock, but fairly easy to break. You think? Could try.
Why not? Let's break it.
Okay. Strength athletics. Diff
Some point.
6.
Plus potence if you have any.
Yeah.
I think the only discipline she said she has is kind restraint.
That's right. All you have is
That's all I've
chemistry.
got. What's the difficulty?
Diff 6.
4 successes.
Beautiful. With one sharp shift, like you take a moment to like test. Okay. I've done this kind of before, and then just quick jerk, and there is like a cracking sound as a slight screech as the metal breaks, but you're not close enough to the other guards for them to hear this. They're focused on their thing, and there are the rings. What do they look like? Your 2 wedding rings.
I mean, we're talking about a priest a millennia ago. I imagine they're very basic.
Yeah,
Up
that's
to
what
you.
I imagine. They're
You could have
more
gotten
like
them. You could have gotten them altered since then. Up to you.
No, probably not.
Okay.
I mean, not on her end, at least.
Solid gold band, basically.
Yeah, I was thinking a gold band.
Yeah.
Maybe with like a little stone in it, like
Yeah,
for
hers would have a stone.
Yeah.
They look plain compared to everything else you see arrayed in this drawer, and there are dozens of similar drawers just even in this stack, and there are more stacks. You could walk away from here with a lot of wealth, but there are the 2 small, unassuming kind of rings that you were here for. What are you grabbing? And I assume you're leaving then.
She's just grabbing the 2 rings.
Okay. Lift them out,
And then
put
she's
them in a pocket,
leaving.
make her way out. Meanwhile, last person inside, Dane.
So
you heard
Dane
the
is
commotion.
Dane's entire plan is just like, we're just going to guide this fully entranced woman towards the All right, let's wrap this up. Roll it up. Prepare it for transport, and I'll talk with
Oh,
her as we start walking.
transport? No,
Yes.
that shouldn't be. It's very fragile.
Trust me, I'm very familiar with this. I know exactly how durable and fragile it is. We will handle it very carefully.
I think you're gonna have to kill his servant.
No.
Give me. I mean, there are many ways to get her to do what you want. Manipulation and leadership. You're trying to like give orders. Yeah.
Does seductive
not
apply with this particular individual, considering they're already entranced?
Seductive wouldn't apply, but I'll give you a +1, so you don't have the automatics. The
10s, but yeah.
Yeah.
I do get a +1 modifier.
Mhm.
Difficulty?
Diff 8. She's got that. This is a set of principles that are not like that are fairly.
This is a thing I will put a willpower into.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. This is it. It's just too.
It also belongs to my family.
Yes,
it really
but
shouldn't even be in this museum in the first place.
What do you mean? This is the best place for it. Where I've been cleaning it.
I'm sure the British Museum thinks the exact same thing of the many cultural artifacts they've appropriated from the rightful people who should be owning them.
Where are you taking it?
You're welcome to join me if you like.
Just saying. A second patsy makes the whole heat off us a little more believable.
Give me charisma and expression. Still a difficulty 8.
Rather willpower it is if I can.
Okay, yeah. Seduction would apply.
Yeah.
In this.
I still have the modifier for them being entranced.
Yes.
1 success.
Okay. 1 success.
It is still a success.
I need to fill out the paperwork for this. I can't just. This is my internship. I have to. I have to make sure that the museum director knows that this has been lent out properly.
You will be able to find a much more lucrative and exciting career working with me than you could ever find in this lone museum all by itself.
Give me another. It's gonna be difficulty.
Shot. Right. No pain.
Difficulty 9. It's going to get harder because you're not getting past the level.
I mean, these have been successes the entire time.
They have. She is not like it's. I'm looking for 3 successes or more, basically.
Same roll.
Yep.
Say another 1. That's technically that's 4 total.
Okay.
Across this entire attempt at seduction.
Yeah.
I just really want you to kill this person for no apparent reason. No apparent reason on my part. I mean, it would make sense.
Hear an intercom kind of click on, and hey, Margaret, are you okay? There's been an and you can hear the security guard on like the intercom system, like asking about her, but she is focused on you and your promise.
Yeah, and she, as that one, I'm assuming it's a walkie-talkie, so she has to press a button to answer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
she's not moving toward it.
Yeah, so she'll offer. You can either go about your day, continue in the same level of doldrum and routine that you've always had, and answer that call and say that you're fine, or you could come with me and learn more about history than you could ever learn sitting in the museum. Learn of more fantastic adventures and hear the stories from The ages of wisdom.
And finally, she caves. It was an extended roll. As we see this group of vampires exiting the museum from a side door out into what has become snow at this point, rather than sleeting rain. And there's a gathering of predators outside, and one entranced mortal.
Yeah, once we get outside, obviously, when we're all when we're further distance away, I do drop the obvious get on all this,
Yep.
so we can see each other.
Yes.
Oh man, I could see you the whole time.
She kind of
You
Margaret
absolutely could.
with you, Dane kind of like slows down a little bit as she sees all these people, but you don't seem to be responding, and so she does not if you don't.
Yeah.
But she looks confused.
Dane is absolutely doing the social engineering thing of like two people who are having a conversation about a topic that they are well versed in, acting like they know exactly where they're going. So he's just got the tapestry on his shoulder, sword on his hip, and he's just having a conversation with Margaret as the two of them make their way away.
You can see her kind of like getting distracted occasionally, but we'll keep focusing back on you.
Yep. Oh, you know what? This works out even better because now one of the patsies got away. Much better.
As you see, like Dane locks eyes with you for a minute and gives you that look of I am handling this my own way and continues.
No, I'm not going to interfere because I know that you are going to make sure that this person is okay, which means they are going to get the fuck out of this city, which means that the authorities will be looking for them forever.
The two.
By the way, can I have your phone for a moment?
Absolutely not.
Can I watch you delete the picture off of it?
Fine. I will go in. I'm going to try. I'm going to be smartsy about this.
Okay.
You're not going to be posting it while you're deleting it.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be going in and I'm going to make a show of deleting it.
Mm-hmm.
The deleting it being one of the images out of the photo burst.
Got it.
Because when you go, because I know this because it's the stupidest function on the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
It will take a bunch of really quick photos and you choose the best one.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna
delete one out of it.
Opposed intelligence and computers, or
yeah, good effort.
Sorry,
good effort.
Intelligence computers diff 6 for both.
I mean, this is me. I could still with my intelligence computers at 10 dice at a lower diff.
To be clear,
willpower spends
could it be like an empathy to see if he's trying to deceive me more than it is?
Okay, I'll go with that.
Okay,
I'll allow that.
Manipulation
empathy.
Subterfuge.
Yes. Yep. Manipulation subterfuge for you. For detecting this, it would be wits and empathy.
Okay.
Diff 6. Both diff 6.
Would the specialty? I'm not going to try to make line without line apply because I don't think that fits. But would the specialty, since I am specifically deleting an image, but it's not the full thing, would the specialty of misdirection for manipulation apply?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And
wits.
I'm gonna. And by the way, while this is going on, I'm turning on my auspex. Does that affect anything while I'm watching him?
Yeah,
to make sure he's not doing anything shady.
Give me. Let's see here, because you're trying to.
I'm turning on my auspex while I'm asking him this. Because...
Yes. That's gonna be.
What does that do?
Are you using aura perception?
No, this is just the level 1 thing of Auspex that lets you add
that reduces the
Yeah.
difficulty of perception-based rolls, but wits is slightly different.
Yeah, it's not empathy.
I'm still gonna have it up just in case anything happens.
Okay,
for sure.
All right, cool.
And I'm gonna spend a willpower on.
I will also spend a willpower
Yep,
because
go for it.
I'm gonna spend a willpower to counteract the other willpower.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. 1,
That's multiple
2,
ones.
3, 4.
Well,
minus 2, so 2. So 2.
Well, that's fine because
no.
I got 1 success with the willpower. This is what I'm saying. I had 9 fucking dice.
You're not
at
sure
div 6.
how, but
I'm just looking over your shoulder and I just see the whole spray of photos and you delete the one. I'm like,
All right, fine. It's not like I can't pull security footage from the building as it is later. Not anything incriminating. I just wanted, something to tell my future security teams. And I delete the full photo.
And the cloud backups.
The cloud backups, if you delete on the phone, it deletes the backups.
Yeah, everything gets deleted.
Yeah. I wanted something to show people for when you inevitably come after me for doing the smart thing.
Vengeance is the Lord's.
He hasn't struck me down yet, asshole.
I did at least once.
Me?
Well, given your current predilection.
I'm not following.
You're undead.
No. I said you're not he's not. I think. I don't know. It's like 9.
No, the line was he hasn't struck me
that's
down
right.
yet.
No,
They said,
yeah.
You didn't have at least once, considering you're already dead.
Oh. Well.
There we go.
Oh no. Please don't give me eternal fucking life.
Meanwhile,
actually, you missed that one.
No. Actual, not imaginary.
Vermilia.
I turn around and I'm walking off.
You've got it. Your items, they're back. Safe and sound in your hands. What you doing? What do we see?
Well, the first thing is that necklace is going on. So it's very ornate, hand-woven gold around several large opals that just sort of create a moonscape around the neck.
It's familiar weight.
Yeah. There is a visible relaxation of her entire form when that goes on. The vase we'll have to carry until we get wherever we're going. But anybody who's like actively looking at her sees a sort of a face of adoration and just contentment.
And Scarlet with the rings, as your ex-husband is having one of those arguments that he does. But you've got the rings. What are you doing? As he's occupied right now, and you've.
What are you
doing? What are you doing?
He is occupied, and she has the rings.
And a gun.
No, she didn't have a gun. She's just waiting on him.
Okay.
I turned to walk away. I'm like, hey, he's all yours now. Disappear as I walk off.
Turtle walks away.
Yep.
All right.
Dane, are you standing there watching? Or are you gonna head
No.
off?
Dane is walking off having a conversation with a soon-to-be ghoul.
Okay.
And one of many probable short human lifespan romantic flings that Dane has been on over the course of their long life.
And we've got these two still left under a street lamp with the snow falling.
Hold up the rings in the palm of her hand.
So they mean something still to you.
I can't do European accent.
Neither can I. That's why I'm generically British.
You can say you just have an accent now, a different accent.
Of course they do. They always have.
Well, care to catch me up on a couple 100 years of stories? I say, and I'll offer my arm.
She'll take it. All right.
And those two walk off. Or who knows? Is this a small stalemate in the constant war? Is this the repair of something? We don't know. And we're not gonna find out. Because
3 days later, the body of Acatus is found floating in the river in the river in New York City.
That's for future adventures to figure out. Here, our curtain closes on this. The newspaper the next day will have confusing and muddled headline of priceless artifact damaged at museum grand opening. There's a lot of PR that's gotten involved in this. And somewhere in a penthouse in Las Vegas, a child is swearing up a storm into a phone, on which the other end we can hear is Elizabeth Bathory's voice apologizing. And that's where we're going to end. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming to our heist. I hope you had fun. And that's all. Folks, say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.